Good morning. It's about 8:45 a.m. Friday, and so this is a day trading video. I just did a video on longer term trading. As far as getting in day trading, I was kind of waiting for balance areas because, like I said, I trade balance areas, and I just want to make sure that the market is going to. Let's see, balance area right there. Yeah, get into these balance areas, but I only trade those. And the market, of course, did its number this morning, went down, then came back up. So, yeah. Anyway, so I'm waiting. Looks like it's getting to a place where I like to start buying. I don't trade that much. I'm not like a lot of day traders where they're in and out, sometimes 20 times in a day. They're just chasing the market. And I don't do that. I wait for confirmation. But a little bit different than most day traders where I look for longer term confirmation along with the intraday confirmation. And day traders don't do that. They're only looking for intraday confirmation. And I like to make sure my trades are pretty close to 100%. And so that's why I do that. So just to give you an example, I have balance areas also in, let's see, there's another one here. In the long term, and so I use those. And so you can see this is a 1-day chart. And if you go to a 4-hour chart, you'll see that this pretty much came close to this balance area and pretty much a top. You've got some resistance right in here, and that's where it's come that far. This market is trending down, so I always look at that. Where's the trend right now? And it's down, the momentum's down. I believe this is going to go down to at least here. Maybe not today, but maybe next week. And so if that's the target, then if the market comes up, it hits a resistance line and starts coming down. Now this is a 4-hour chart. If I go into a 30-minute chart, then you can see how it's come down and it's kind of just jumped up and down. It's looking for direction, but it looks like it's hit pretty much of a top. Again, here's resistance. And now I can go into my 5-minute chart, which I trade, and then I can say, okay, now this market needs to actually break down here in order to have some pretty good confirmation. Or I can start trading and buying positions anytime after this, only because I saw some confirmations on the longer term. Now, I mentioned before the Russell seems to be pretty good confirmation. Once it starts coming down and it breaks this line here, to me that means that this market's back going down for the day. It's already 8:30, so I think that once it breaks down here, I don't think it's going to come back. All that put together, all that confirmation leads to a really good trade. So I could actually trade and get in around here, but right now I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for the Russell to kind of break down. So I'm waiting and waiting, and that's my strategy. I'm not going to get in until I feel something really strong, and right now it's not that strong, even though it seems like we're at the top. Long term, like the video I just did earlier, I told my people I bought up here, so I bought more put options to go down. Now that's long term. Okay, so we're talking, this is a day trading video. So as far as day trades, it's different, because if I were to get in at a spot where I wasn't sure and then it went up before it came down, I can be down several $1,000s, and I don't like doing that. I want to be sure, because if I am down several thousand, comes back down, I'm back to square one. So might as well just wait. and that's what I'm doing now. So I don't day trade that often, but when I do, I make sure that it's a good trade and it's in a 90% range, that it's going to go in that direction. All right, so I'm going to pause this and I'm going to see, we're going to wait and see if this thing starts, mainly the Russell. If it starts coming down and breaks this line, then you know I'm going to get in for a day trade going down. But for right now, I'm not going to do that. And I have my alert set. So it's going to be a little while until that happens, if it happens. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this. Okay, yeah, it looks like the market's really come down quite a bit. It looks like it stopped here. This is a good stopping, good support right here. This is a 30-minute chart. Like I said, even though I day trade, I look at all time frames. And also the advantage I have, because I'm a longer term trader, several weeks with options, I can see my account just jumping around. And when it starts to really gain value coming down, that's another indicator right now. So in the 5-minute chart, we can see that it's hit this support right here and it bounced. So I'm not going to get into any position until it breaks down below this line and it stays there. So here's another balance area. Pretty good size one actually for a 5-minute chart. So until it breaks that line and continues down, I'm not going to do anything. Like I said, a very conservative trader, but when I do make money on these, then I can make a pretty good sizable amount. So I only trade a few times a week and maybe once a day, if that. Sometimes there's no trade. Then I would I can make some pretty good money. So until this Russell breaks down here, that's when I'm getting in. Okay, I just got an alert on the Russell that just broke a new low here. And everything looks good, except I don't have confirmation yet on the NASDAQ or the SPYs, which I trade, and the Dow. They're still sitting there. So until I get confirmation on these breaking new lows, then I'll do that. And when that happens, this thing's probably going to start taking off pretty good down here. So again, I'm not trading anything until I get that confirmation for a day trade. Yep, and so I'm still going to wait. Okay, it's about 9:58 a.m. and again my alert went off with the Russell. So the second time it broke that, and that's pretty much confirmation for me. So I just bought 30 put options. They were on, let's see, check this out real quick. Yeah, I bought 389 puts. Expires in about 3 days, which I'm going to get out today. These are March. Cost me almost $10,000 for this with a commission of $19.50. So anyway, so that's where I'm at now. So we'll see where this thing goes. And yeah, it's about 10 o'clock. So this is pretty good time right now because markets usually turn around. Sometimes they turn around midday, which is about 10:30 Pacific Standard Time. And this would be a good chance for this market to start heading down pretty big, actually. Okay, that's it. So as far as my stop goes, since I'm trading the SPYs right here, the stop would have to be somewhere in this area. I usually take, it could be $1 point stop. You know, if I'm down about 10%, then that's when I'll probably get out. But I don't see this market turning around at this point. It looks like the Russell just keeps going down. So I imagine that's what's going to happen here. But the stop would be at about 10% of that. So it'd be about $1,000 out of $10,000. And then I monitor it closely, see how high it goes, because sometimes they do correct, and it might go a little over 10% because I know that's a correction, and then it comes back down. So I'm going to check that out. As long as I see that Russell continuing to go down, I think these markets will do that too. Eventually they will follow. So as far as getting out of the market, as long as I don't get stopped out, if this market continues to go down, you know, it's down right now only about, well, let's see, this SPYs. Well, let's go into the ES. So the ES is down about 35 points. It can still go another, you know, 60 points if it wanted to. And so it could technically bring it down to this line right here, and that would be the stop. And if it does that, today's Friday, that would be ideal for both my longer term positions and for my day trade. And at that point, I would definitely get out of my day trade, and long term, I would just, I might decide to get out of those too, only because I feel like there's going to be a correction coming up, probably first couple days of next week, maybe all the way up until Wednesday, and then turn around and come back down. So again, I might sell all my positions if this comes down to this point, which it can do that easily today. Like I said before, the Dow Jones is broke this barrier right here, big barrier since last year, and it's down in this area. So where's it going to go? It's got a free fall down in here eventually, and I would guess maybe by the end of this month it's going to wind up down here. Okay, so anyway, back to day trading. I always use longer term charts also for my day trades because I want confirmation on all time frames. And so as you can see here, the markets continue to go down. I have my 30 put options for the day trade going down, and I just mentioned to you where I was planning on selling. So I'm going to monitor this from now. Everything's in a good position. Midday, this breaks down. It looks like it'll continue for the rest of the day in that direction, and probably will not be coming back up, or at least not coming back up today. Okay, it's about 10:16, and markets just set off 3 of my alerts again. Russell continues to go down, and Nasdaq's the only one that hasn't broken new lows, but it will. And the SPYs, which is backed on the S&P, is going down quite a bit, and so's the Dow Jones, which is really good sign for going down. So I'm going to conclude this video because this is pretty much it. Got some confirmation here. I'm up about $1,700 so far on just this trade. Yesterday I traded, as you can see, yesterday's video, and I traded all the way to the end, to the last maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, and then I sold out. I'm not going to tell you how much I made, but if you guys want to do the math, you can see that. It was a pretty unusual day, so I normally don't make that kind of money all the time because it was an unusual day. It was just a total down day. But this is also another good day here. Okay, so in conclusion, this is where it's at. Nasdaq still hasn't broken, but it will. It's going down. It's the only one that hasn't, but the rest of them have. Dow Jones pretty much in a free fall, like I'd mentioned several days ago, that once it breaks this, it's a free fall. Russell's really impressive the way it's moving. It's just going down, so it's pretty close to this support, but the rest of the indexes are probably going to take it down past support, and I'm hoping that this thing will come down to this line today, and that's where I'm going to get out, not only in my day trading positions, in all my positions, because I feel like at this point the market's going to start coming back up for retracement, or I can get back in again going down. So that's it. That's the conclusion of this day trading video. See you on Monday.